Why are WWE treating Sheamus like this? My bright man is having the best matches every week, and WWE just announced a WrestleMania match between Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, even though Sheamus is literally facing Drew McIntyre at Fastlane. They won't even give him a chance. That's so unfair, and apparently that's how you get a WrestleMania main event match now. You either participate in the most difficult match of the year and win, or just ask. Vince McMahon, buddy, I just won that WrestleMania match. In this case, he actually didn't even have to ask. It was announced as breaking news. Drew McIntyre is facing Bobby Lashley because we have no one else. So you're telling me if Sheamus beats Drew McIntyre at Fastlane, Drew McIntyre is still facing Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania? I don't get this. The last time I've checked, WWE actually got rid of the automatic rematch clause. So this doesn't make any sense at all.
You're just plain stupid.
Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Greatness of Raw. How are you guys doing today? So we can all agree on one thing. Sheamus has been doing the best work of his career. In my opinion, it may not be his role, you know, the dude won the WWE Championship in like 2 months. It's hard to beat that, but we can all agree that Sheamus is having the best matches on Monday Night Raw every week. By far. It's crazy how Sheamus won almost every championship there is to win, and he's still so criminally underrated. And I'm not necessarily saying that Sheamus is buried or anything, he's doing a great job and he's in a big position. I just don't understand why instead of having a #1 contenders match, you're gonna just announce as breaking news, Drew McIntyre is facing Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, just because we told you. We have no idea why. Instead of having a #1 contenders match, we're just gonna put Drew McIntyre in that position. I can't even call this lazy. The #1 contenders match at Fastlane is lazy. This is something else. But let's talk about the show. The show kicked off with an amazing Bobby Lashley entrance, and of course, MVP and Bobby Lashley welcomed us to the Almighty era. We got The Miz and John Morrison interrupting and kissing their ass for a good 5 minutes. But then The Miz asks for a WrestleMania match. Drew McIntyre enters the picture with a big ass dick, with a big ass sword. He congratulates Bobby Lashley and he talked about their similar wrestling journeys and how much it took for them to win the WWE Championship. The Miz grabs Drew McIntyre's attention, Drew got distracted, and Bobby Lashley attacked Drew McIntyre. We also saw Sheamus attacking Lashley, hyping up their match later tonight. So that was an okay opening, and don't get me wrong, I'm actually very excited about Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. I'm just saying that it could have been better and just a little less lazy. Like previously, it always seemed like Drew McIntyre had to earn that opportunity, and that's why he was so likable. Right now, he's just getting that Roman Reigns 2015 treatment, and I'm worried that some fans are gonna turn on Drew McIntyre, even though that wouldn't make any sense, I understand. But some wrestling fans are pretty fickle. The story itself, you know, it writes itself, man. You have Bobby Lashley, big ass dude, Drew McIntyre, big ass dude, 2 big ass dudes, oily stuff, and I love this crap. But they have like 4 or 5 weeks until WrestleMania, and I believe they could have been a little bit more original. Now, I don't necessarily say that that's our actual main event. For all I know, it could be a triple threat match, Sheamus versus Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. It could also be Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. I don't know, but so far, I'm not a big fan. Then we saw The Miz versus Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre was basically beating the living crap out of The Miz. He was playing with him. The Miz is absolutely buried, and Drew McIntyre actually wins with the Hurt Lock, sending a message to Bobby Lashley. So again, I don't mind the story, I just don't like how WWE are presenting Drew McIntyre as this kind of a spoiled bitch. Then we saw Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose defeating Naomi and Lana. We also saw the WWE RAW Tag Team Championships match. The New Day versus the Champions, the Hurt Business. And surprisingly, by the way, I love their attires. Loved Mortal Kombat as a kid. Surprisingly, the New Day won the WWE Tag Team Championships, I think, for 11th time, which is a nice moment. I get it. I don't really mind it. What I do mind is the Hurt Business losing the championships. You know, one of my favorite things about Monday Night Raw was seeing Bobby Lashley with the WWE Championship and the Hurt Business with the Tag Team Championships. It looked pretty nice, and it made the faction that much more legit. Now, there's a big reason why they lost the championships, I understand. It's just kinda unfortunate, and now I don't see the Hurt Business in a big position at WrestleMania, in a big spot. And the reason why they lost the tag team championships is because we got AJ Styles and Amos, and they challenged the New Day for the tag team championships at No, not at Fastlane, at WrestleMania. That's the match we're getting. AJ and Amos versus the New Day Raw tag team titles match. Big match feel. I understand it's gonna be Amos' debut, and I don't really mind it. I'm honestly excited for the match. I don't know why. But on the other hand, I kinda expected AJ Styles in a bigger match. All these rumors about AJ Styles versus Triple H, it's kinda unfortunate we're not getting it. We saw Bad Bunny giving R-Truth his 24/7 championship because he respects the business, so that was a pretty cool moment, you know, basically showing the fans that Bad Bunny, you know, you don't like Bad Bunny, but he actually respects the business. Look how much Bad Bunny respects the business. He doesn't think he deserves the championship, which is a good move by the WWE, you know, to silence the critics a little bit. Aw, maybe he's not that bad. And after that, we saw Damian Priest absolutely destroying Jaxson Ryker. We also saw Shane McMahon humiliating Braun Strowman, so basically, Braun Strowman wanted a match, and he got one. We saw Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman, but before the match starts, we saw a big brawl. Shane McMahon outsmarted Braun Strowman because Braun Strowman is stupid. The weird thing about this story, Shane McMahon is kinda right. The way Braun Strowman is being portrayed, he's an absolute idiot. This was actually pretty nice. I know many people don't like this, but this is definitely my cup of coffee. The roles are reversed. A big man is being bullied by Shane McMahon, you know, a billionaire's son. These spoiled ass billionaires. He's like 50. He's 50, and that story is a bit weird, but I still love it because they're calling Strowman stupid, and like I've said, that's my cup of coffee. We got Slime, and you know, that's kind of the whole point. He's bullying Braun Strowman, and I don't mind it. Don't be a bully, be a star. I know many people are not into this rivalry, but look on the bright side. Braun Strowman, a big ass dude, is going to beat the living crap out of Shane McMahon, a guy who likes to get hurt. There's a lot of entertainment potential right here. We also saw Asuka returning and defeating Shayna Baszler, and that's a different side of Asuka, and I'm really glad we're actually seeing this because she has to be one of the worst women's champions in recent memory. Let's just hope we're not seeing Asuka versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. That is the match I definitely don't want to see. I would actually book Asuka versus Rhea Ripley, but Rhea is probably coming to Raw after WrestleMania, so that's not gonna happen. Or maybe, we'll see. I would actually take Asuka versus Shayna Baszler instead of Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. Then we saw the United States Championship, Matt Riddle versus Mustafa Ali. And this was a nice match, but pretty predictable. And of course, Matt Riddle won the match. He's still your United States champion. The title actually grew on me. I really like the design. It looks pretty awesome. And it looks really good on Matt Riddle. And in the main event, we obviously saw Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus for like 20 minutes probably. And Sheamus again steals the show. Obviously, I'm not taking any credit from Bobby Lashley. He's amazing as well. I'm just saying that Sheamus always has great matches. He was never a bad wrestler. I'm not trying to say that he was ever bad, but lately my man is on fire. Should I make a red hair joke right here? Probably not. So after a very physical match, we got a catching spear, mid-air spear to Sheamus, and Bobby Lashley wins the match. After the match, we got the Hurt Lock, but then we got a Claymore, and the show ends with a Drew McIntyre and Sheamus face-off. So, you know, at the end of the day, I really hope that Sheamus is actually going to take the W and then demand a match at WrestleMania, and this somehow turns into a triple threat match. I don't think Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley is not enough to be a WrestleMania match. I'm just saying that a triple threat match between these three big-ass men, it's also pretty marquee, and I wouldn't mind it. Sheamus definitely deserves it. So that was your Monday Night Raw. Not the best show, you know, it's Raw. What else can you say? It's okay, I guess. I mean, it's Fastlane, who really gives a shit? Thank you for watching the video though. The great one, peace, love and hugs. It's been a pleasure.